It's the Shant and Adi. Actually, we don't even know what it's called
Adi and
just
Shant?
yet. Is it the Adi and Shant? I don't like the way that sounds yet.
Yeah,
Adi
I
and Shant.
know. Literally, we've been at this for about 3 minutes now. We can't figure it out.
It's the Shant and Adi podcast. The reason why it's not the Genesian podcast is
Tell him.
because
Tell him. Tell him.
here's the deal, guys. They made a mistake. So whoever did your guys' paperwork when you guys got here, when you guys got to New York and they're filling out the forms, you guys forgot an S. See, Shant has one S in Genesian. We've got the correct amount, which is 2. So we can't. You screwed us out of this podcast being called the Genesian podcast because of this S issue.
But is it correct? And maybe there's some beef in our family that we just don't know about. We have to ask somebody.
Like they did it on purpose, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. What I know, guys, is that this is going to be like a new part of our week, and it's going to have absolutely nothing to do with real estate, and it's going to have absolutely nothing to do with cars. This is going to be all about the day-to-day hustle, problems, things that basically we go through every single day, and it's going to be 2 pissed off cousins pretty much talking to each other about what went wrong, what went right, how we handled all this stuff. But before that, I think we've got to show our resume, Shant, and talk a little bit.
Before we do that, I think, if people are listening right now, we have to bring it out on the table that 2 weeks ago when we thought about this idea, you didn't know what a podcast was.
Okay, I still don't know I still have yet to listen to a podcast. I don't even know where to look for a podcast.
That's concerning, man. That's concerning.
I don't know what buddy. Do you think I have enough time? While I'm recording right now. Like I'm supposed to be not recording right now, and I'm still looking at a camera. What am I supposed to listen to a podcast?
It's funny. We're in. So the story is we're talking. We're like, hey, let's do something together. We've been like, we're in different states. We, cousins grew up together, and let's do something. He's like, let's do a podcast. And I'm like, all right, sick, and then we're into it. We're flowing. We literally came out with like idea after idea. And then he's like, hey, Sean, real quick though, what is a podcast? And I'm just like, and he's like, where do I look for a podcast? And I'm just like,
do you search it in Google? How do you figure, buddy, still help me out. What is, anyway, so what I want to say is that after we're done recording this, Sean's going to explain to me exactly how this is all going to get published, but he's 100% right. I had no idea how to listen to a podcast. And for me to even be on this thing, it's kind of like an adventure right now, figuring this out. Maybe I'll even start listening to a podcast soon, Sean.
Well, hopefully you listen to ours.
Can I? Do I have access to that kind of stuff?
So, yeah, let's begin, man. Like, I know we were kind of talking a little before off air. 5 years ago, man, what were you doing? What happened?
5 years ago. 5 years ago, July.
August.
What month are we in? August. Okay. So August 2014, I was getting over a really crappy situation with this girl that I broke up with because I found out she had some stuff going on with one of my previous friends, and then found out in August, I think, that she had also behind my back did something else with one of my boys. So I got into a little bit of a funk, and I was working. Huh?
I don't think I even.
You don't know this. This is the reason why I'm saying it right now. So that
breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news, man. So I was going through a little bit of a funk, and I remember I didn't have Boston Autos. It was just the restaurant. So it was full time, the restaurant. It was basically from 11 to 8:30 at night. It was every day. And then after work, I pretty much just did nothing. Creeped up on a few people on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And I don't know, hung out with the boys pretty much every single summer night. Slept in really, really late. Woke up really, really late. had nothing else going on besides my dad's store, which was just keeping me pretty busy, but there was no actual like, I don't know. There wasn't what there is now, which is like consistent, just hardcore in my work. And
Yeah.
actually, you've got something interesting to say about 5 years ago today, I think.
Yeah, so a lot has changed since then. So at that time, I was living with my parents in New Jersey. Right now, if you can see, I'm in Arizona, right? Still sunny, bright out.
Show off.
Yeah. And at that time, my fiance, right, was moving to my parents' house. We were moving in together. We were getting ready for our wedding in September.
I was getting ready for your
And
wedding.
you were getting ready for the wedding. We were all getting ready. And yeah, I was working at a job in New York. I was a dispatcher. Betty, which I'm sure you guys will hear a lot about, was moving in with me, right? Like literally, I think like in a couple of days, technically 5 years ago.
The upstairs room at
Yeah,
your
the
guys'
upstairs
house.
room of my parents' house. Yep.
We grew up in that house, man. Sean, remember those days? Thanksgiving, we used to huddle around in your brother's computer room upstairs, which turned into a walk-in closet after Betty moved in.
Yeah. When Betty moved in, that turned into a walk-in closet. So
Good days.
yeah, my brother, he used to, yeah, definitely do a lot of hacking, on that computer. So yeah,
Used to.
So Dad's restaurant. When did Boston Automotive, which you guys could see the brand, obviously I could see you pushing the brand if you can't see it behind him.
I didn't mean to on purpose. It's just the computer worked out this way to be just here, everywhere, my shirt.
Yeah.
No, that was, I think, the year after, Sean. Actually, the reason I think it's a good thing that you brought up 5 years ago, because 5 years ago was such a pivotal time in my life where so much was going wrong, like personally, that I was just looking for other distractions to, like, I guess, make me stop thinking about personal things.
Okay.
Which is kind of a bad way to deal, but I think it's a good thing for like business growth. You start to learn to like take on as much as you can and sort of, I guess, divide up like how your thought process is. Put it this way, I learned to manage very, very well in that, as soon as like I took a punch to the face, I kind of ignored the fact that I just took a punch and kept going. And that translated in a good way to actually like business, like taking punches in business. Like you just keep going. Like you just completely ignore the fact that like something crazy just happened and you just keep moving. And I think that that's what brought me to starting the second company was, I didn't have enough keeping me distracted throughout the day.
Yeah. And knowing you, man, like I've seen you like, obviously I've known you since when you guys came to the US how old were you?
I was, I think, 7 months old when we moved from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where I was born, and we moved to Aleppo, Syria, right in between moving to the United States. And when we came to the US,
where'd you stay?
Sean's dad was generous enough to basically give up his son's bedroom, one bed, so that me and Sako had a place to stay.
Yeah.
And then my mom and dad stayed in, I think for a while in the living room, no?
Yeah. I was kind of pissed.
Tiny Queens apartment.
Yeah, I was pissed. Like these guys walking into my house, like
me crapping all over the place, baby Adi.
Yeah, so so seeing you grow from that, man, like I kind of remember you were going through some hard troubles. I don't know exactly what you went through, and then like to be able to just go, right? So like you helped your dad's restaurant.
How I got started. Yeah. So put it this way, our family restaurant didn't actually exist until I got involved with it. And that was post BMW. So that was like 7 years ago. So like what I was doing 7 years ago was massively different than what I'm doing now, which is pretty much just managing everything that's going on. 7 years ago, we were like really hustling back then. But yeah, Uh, right now I'm managing it, but that's the other full-time gig. Like I'll never actually leave, I don't think, the restaurant. But it's definitely not in startup mode. We're okay now. We can I can afford to sort of like, divide up my attention a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But 5 years ago, Sean, you were a dispatch. I'm still so surprised that you were actually doing that. Like, how did you go from dispatcher to like, I'm going to get into real estate? How did that even happen?
So I'll try to move along right quick. So dispatcher, I was actually really freaking good at being a dispatcher, right? So I was dispatching and I was content. I was happy. I was like, all right, I'm going to make my 60, 70,000. I work a little more, make a little more overtime. Good. And then we were deciding to move to Arizona. Okay. And then we did move. We were going to move to Arizona like a year later. So this is 4 years. And we went to Maryland to visit Betty's friend. And we went to for a couple of things. We went to see Maryland. We went to Maryland. We went to go see her best friend. Her husband's a real estate agent there. He was a broker owner, I think, at the time. He's like, hey, dude, when you go to Arizona, why don't you get into real estate? And you know what I said to him?
What?
I said, hey, isn't that for like old women? Because the only thing I knew about real estate, bro, was when my dad was looking to buy his house in New Jersey, she was an older woman. That's all I knew. Like, I was like, all right, like, I'm like, nah, bro, like, I don't know.
No.
And he's like, no, you should look into it. So he's put that spark in my head before we moved out to Arizona.
I think that yeah, like you would have, for me at least, I think a lot of people can probably say the same thing about me, but you would have never fit the description of like, I'm going to get into real estate. That's what I'm going to do. Never, never did I think that you would ever do something. You know what it is? It's, you didn't have I never pictured you as a salesperson. Like you're always the shy kind of kid.
Yeah.
Like you just completely went from that in my head all of a sudden into like holy crap, this kid can actually cold call, which I still can't. I have never cold called. Every cold call I've ever done was like requested of me. Like somebody actually like asked to call me.
If anyone wants to call me, I'd really appreciate that. So
yeah, no, I have never cold called, man. So Sean, you were we were talking a little bit. What am I doing now? Like what's my day to day? What's my job title or like my primary job? I still consider both companies, Ani and Boston Automotive Consulting, as two full-time positions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? So for me, when I'm at the store, I don't shut off my phone. I don't shut off my emails. I'm just consistent throughout the day responding to any sort of inquiry or deal that's happening with Boston Auto, and all the people in the store know that. Like at this point, pretty much like if I need to actually leave to handle something, then it's got to be what it's got to be. And I got to do what I got to do. But Boston Auto for me is getting to a point where it actually has a employee. Like Hike is probably going to be listening to this after. Hike handles some of the leads that come in, obviously with my help.
An actual employee.
Shant found out today that I've got somebody like as like a rep, like a salesperson or like a advisor for Boston Auto. A lot of people don't know this until you actually email or click to request more info or whatever, and you don't see Hike's name. You won't know this. So I am doing both full time. A lot of people like ask like, oh, like what happened to the restaurant, or like are you not involved? And I'm just
dad not talking.
Yeah. Me and my dad aren't talking right now, and I just stormed out of the place. And I said, "Screw you, Dad. I'm not." No, it didn't happen, guys. Whoever knows me personally, I'm still. You could still find me at the restaurant for the most part. But I'm going there from 11 to 8 pretty much every day. 8 o'clock hits. I already have one of the delivery guys with my coffee. 8:05, I'm out of there, and I'm at the office. Right before this call, I made a video for YouTube so that after I'm done this call, it's going to get edited, and I've got my proposals to do, a couple of them tonight. By the time I get out of this office tonight, it'll be around like 12:15 tonight.
That's crazy. You're a hardworking person, man. So like when you started Boston Automotive, first of all, I was like, what is this kid thinking? I'm like, I should call him and like, like, what is that? Like,
what are you selling exactly?
Where'd you come up with that?
So I made a YouTube video about this. Like, how did you even get into car brokering? Right? Yeah. So basically, a lot of people still ask me like, hey, Adi, I know you were in car sales before. Can you help me out with this deal? Can you help me out? Like, after a while, it started to become so much like back to back. Yes. Yeah. My sales experience was at BMW. So a lot of people in the Armenian community that knew that would constantly ask me like, hey, Adi, can you help me out with this deal, and etc. So what happened was that I kept on doing it so much that eventually I was just like, dude, I should just start doing this professionally. Like, I should just get a business card and actually like market it as a thing. Like, it's not going to cost me anything to get business cards. So what I did was I made business cards. The only thing that actually costed money, like took money out of my pocket and I wasn't actually making any, was the website. So at the time, I think I was using WordPress, which didn't cost much. And then once I switched to Squarespace was when I was actually starting to make some money. And Squarespace is like $30 a month. So if you're not selling anything, it's not a good idea. And at that time, I wasn't selling any. I don't think I even sold anything for 6 months because probably people were thinking the same thing that you were thinking, which was, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I got over that.
6 months it took you to.
Shout out to Garo Lachinyan. Hopefully.
First client,
first paying and first client ever. And he's stroked the check 3 times so far since that first car 3.5 years ago. It's about to be 4 in a couple days. Wow.
So for me, it took, being in real estate, it took me 7 months to get my first sale.
7.
My first sale was Seneca. Shout out to you, Seneca.
I met Seneca.
Yeah, you did.
That's right.
Yeah, he was the first guy to trust me.
Seneca, I think you guys took a picture together, no?
Yeah.
Yeah? That was your first client?
Yeah.
Man, the power of Facebook and Instagram. I thought it was like his 10th. When he posted that, I was like, nice. Yeah, he's doing his thing. This is just one of many.
He was the first, and he hasn't bought 4 yet, like your buddy.
I got lucky.
Gotta get on that.
I got lucky.
Yeah, it was tough, man, because I had to spend money. Because this was a business that, you have to kind of put money out there. You got to go through the schooling. You got to get your cards. You got to do, marketing, all this stuff. And you're spending all this money 7 months, and nothing was happening.
So let me ask you this question real quick. Actually, 1 second. Shant, on the list of video topics or whatever, is one of them for after this one, like how you guys made the move to Arizona? Or is this a part of this one?
No, we never had a video topic about you moving to Arizona? No, not that I wrote down. No, I have 11 here.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go back. So hold on, Sean. Besides it costing you money, I don't think that you ever really, well, obviously you shouldn't have to explain yourself to people, but it'd be obviously very cool if you did it for this podcast. Bro, can we get this elephant out of the room about how you just got up and moved to Arizona on us? Can you explain how that happened? Because I never actually, I was just like, oh, nice. Sean's moving to Arizona.
Yeah,
Kind
so
of
if
strange.
anybody is wondering our family dynamic, that's a very, very uh, weird
Arizona.
and just awkward move. Because
Do
we
you
didn't
want to
know.
talk about what the hell is that all about? That forget BAC. That
Yeah, we
nailed
didn't
it.
know anyone except for hold on, it's from Boston.
That's true. That's true. We got a friend. We got one out of the whole community that
Yeah, out of
there.
all of Arizona. So me and Betty were living. So we go back to we got married, living at my parents' house, paying off all our debt. We were like, all right, we're gonna pay off debt because we're gonna move somewhere, and we were gonna go to California, right? We were gonna go to California because we have family there. It's nice weather, but it's just too expensive, and it was
Way too
just
expensive.
in my mind, there's too many distractions because we knew so many people. So Betty was like, let's Google best places to live. Okay. All right.
That's
Googling it.
fantastic.
Yeah. And Scottsdale would come up. So we're like, okay, Scottsdale, that's sick. That's awesome. And then like we would see Texas, some parts of Texas, and then like Vegas, like not Vegas, the strip, like outside of Vegas. And we're like, okay, let's check out Arizona. We came out to Scottsdale. Boom. Just
Just
loved it. And
clicked.
just said, and that was 2014. So 2015 in in April, we checked it out together. We came out, checked it out in April 2015. And October 2015, we were moved.
That is crazy.
Just like that.
That is insane. Like I went to Arizona. I visited Shant after he was there for like 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
No, more. When did I come? I came in September of like 2017 or 18, that
Oh, yeah,
weekend.
3 years.
That's insane. Like it took me 2 years to visit the, and when I got there, the most awkward dynamic. You got a kid literally born and raised in New York, walking around the streets of like 5-lane roads, and it was just the strangest thing in the world to me. Like Arizona to me was so strange getting there and witnessing Shant in the middle of Arizona. But then
Yeah.
it got very cool very fast. And actually I was thinking about it earlier, Shant, about coming visiting Arizona again because I liked it. I loved Arizona when I saw it. So I don't even blame you, man. But that's just
It took us 4 or 5 months to say, you know what, quit our jobs, freaking figure something out, and
you got
just.
some balls, man. Wow. Like that is insane. But
But
yeah.
you know what I regret? Not regret, because I love it here. We never checked the other places on our list. We never said, hey, let's go to Texas. Let's go to Portland. Let's go to.
Where did you guys? What list was this? Thrillist? What did you guys do? You guys wanted to like, all right, there's too many ads. Just do Arizona. I can't. The next page isn't loading.
I'm very impatient, so just thought it. Just said, all right, let's go, and we just moved, man. Like it
What
was.
if Dallas, Texas came up as number one?
We would have probably, if we went there first, we would have probably been in Dallas right now.
You guys are psychotic.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's fantastic, man. So, what about the costs of getting started as a realtor and not selling anything for 7 months? Did you just rely on your savings, like your life savings, to
So
get you through? What did you do? Because I had my dad's, my family's store. Like I was getting paid too while I was trying, and I wasn't spending any money. I don't have any rent.
yeah. So a couple of things. One good thing and hopefully Betty doesn't hear this. I married really well, and she's good with money. So we had savings, right? But getting into real estate, it's actually pretty simple and it's pretty scary. But you take 90 hours of school, and it was like $900 to sign up. You get your couple of things, pay a little here. I'd say 2,000 all in to start. Okay. But then every month that I wasn't making a sale, Betty was working, so we had some income and some savings. So we were
Sugar
fine.
mama.
Yeah. I was, so what happened was after a few months, Betty's like, hey, are you like working or
What are you doing exactly from 9 to 5?
what's going on? And luckily Seneca bought the first house, and
Thank
that just
God.
snowballed.
The real MVP is Seneca in this conversation tonight.
Yeah, he saved it. He saved
Yeah.
saved my life.
Yeah. What are we're gonna title this episode the case of Seneca.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seneca is a good guy.
You better buy another house, man. I'm giving him a lot of props today.
Forward him this podcast. Ask him if he can just listen to minute number 33.
Okay.
So yeah.
So yeah, let's start this podcast, right? People got to know us a little bit right now. They got to hear our story. Obviously, we're cousins and all that good stuff. What is, so people, you know, want to come back, start, keep listening, keep watching. What is like this podcast? Because I'm actually, you know, want to know, what is this podcast, bro?
This podcast is a collection, and I promise the next call I'm gonna start off, because I'm positive another thing too. Why, I don't know why anybody that doesn't know us listen to this podcast yet. Obviously, as time progresses, we'll probably get some new people that have no idea who we are. But the next one, I'm gonna bring up some sensitive, just really sort of make you think about how kind of crappy this business is. And I'm gonna tell a story of like what happened that day or that week. Hopefully I'll have something cool to share, but I want people to actually hear what goes on in the background, because YouTube is cool and all, right? But you never actually see some of the dirty shit that happens throughout my day. Like, when do I ever say shit on YouTube? Never. So I want to start talking and airing out some of the challenges in this business, especially because this is not a corporation, and a lot of people think I've got, you know, my shit together, and I do, or I make it seem like I do, but a ton happens behind the scenes, guys. Like, being your own boss and being your own assistant and receptionist is not the easiest thing in the world, and I want to tell you some of the cool bits of how all of this actually works. Like, this whole night until, or day until night, working and making stuff happen. How does that work?
Yeah, because I think you know, I listen to a lot of podcasts, see a lot of YouTube stuff, content, right? And it's mostly, oh, I made it. I went through my shit and now I'm here, right?
I didn't make it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we haven't made
Not there yet.
But so I think we kind of want to just let people know, and whoever is interested in getting into business or in business and just wants to like vent, like we're just kind of like venting what's going on and kind of going through our struggles.
100%.
And it may help someone with their struggles. It may be like, oh shit, I'm going to experience this coming up. Let me prep for this struggle. And maybe we should bring on some people who struggle too. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I plan on making this sort of like a listen, you want the actual motivation, not like the, yeah, I'm going to tell you that, you know, you need to stop complaining. You need to stop. No. I want you to complain, but I want you to hear how to actually take care of whatever it is you're trying to take care of, and how, you know, I managed to get through, how I managed to actually put everything in place and, you know, churn through it. Because listen, working the whole day, it doesn't actually stop. Like, you're just you just go throughout the day until you're asleep. I don't clock out. So eventually, you know, you get burnt out, you get backlogged, and you know, these are a lot of the things that people that are just getting started or thinking about getting started, they don't hear any of this stuff. They don't know it until they actually, you know, are about to go through it, or, you know, are get smacked in the face with it, and it, you know, makes them end up losing a deal or losing a sale because of it. Yeah. So I think that the more somebody knows before they actually do something, when they know something like this has happened to somebody else, or they heard something, maybe they'll actually handle it a little bit better. So
yeah, exactly, man.
That's my goal. I want to provide you guys, I want to tell you guys some of the stuff that happens as a quote unquote entrepreneur that can help you.
Yeah, who's getting started. I mean, we've been in it for a couple of years. So we're just, talking about how it is, in the beginning, because that's where we're at, man.
So I think that the next episode we should regroup. Probably, actually, after this call, let's talk about when exactly this podcast is supposed to be scheduled for, and the next call will announce the day, maybe the day every single week that we're gonna announce.
Learn what a podcast is by next episode.
Exactly. By that time, I'll have actually done enough homework to know what a podcast is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but you knew to get a microphone, so that's good.
I got the technology down. It's just how to actually take the technology and use it is another thing. Publish the technology.
I don't know. We need Tavit. Where's Tavit? That's my
Our
brother.
IT guy is he's traveling. He's in the air right now, so we're kind of like two kids just waiting for the
parent.
The parent. Yep. So.
All right. Well, I think to wrap this episode 1 up. What do you think?
Woo! I think I like this. I think once we figure out, I don't mean to degrade you like that. I think once I figure out exactly how all of this is gonna actually sound and look, I'm pretty excited, guys, because this is not gonna be a YouTube video, and I'm gonna start talking about some of the you would never hear me talk about ever.
Wait, we're not gonna make this a YouTube video?
No. This is not one of my actual YouTube videos.
On your channel, okay.
Like, what is happening, guys? Ari here. It's not gonna be one of those. It's gonna be like give me a beer and let's just talk about like that kind of thing. I'm so pumped.
So no car content, no real estate content.
No car content. I don't want to talk about unless it has something to do with what happened, like what was the actual problem.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about cars. Like right now, I don't even, when I get off this, whatever this is called right now, I'm going to end up doing a negotiation guide video, editing it, and doing a proposal on a customer that's trying to buy a car. Like I already talk enough about cars throughout the day. I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to see my car right now.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll definitely keep that for you guys on the low a little bit, and we're just gonna talk to you guys about what we're going through. That's it, because we go through shit, good and bad shit, but shit.
It's all good or bad. It's meant to. It serves as like the paint for the picture that you're trying to paint with shit.
All right, so yeah, on that note, let's wrap. I don't know how to wrap a podcast, but let's wrap it up.
Cut. I don't know. Maybe that was it. It's the Shant and Adi podcast,
episode 1.
Episode 1. Codename Seneca.
Seneca's MVP. And what's your guy's name?
My guy? Oh, Gatto. Oh yeah, baby.
Seneca and Gatto episode.
Seneca and Gatto are the title of this podcast.
They put us on the map, man.
They got us. They paid. They wrote that check. Nice. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, guys. Thank you for listening and watching. And yeah, we'll talk more about shit next week.